Greetings everyone, welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve. We're back in the apartment. In this video we're going to be checking out Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's going to be part 2, and it's going to be the cabinet. In a moment I'm going to pick you up and we're going to go around the cabinet in more detail. We're going to take off the back glass, look what is behind in the light box or the head. I haven't done it yet. I don't even know what batteries are in there. I don't know what else is going on back there. I'm going to also remove the glass, lift the playfield, and look what's under the hood. We're going to also look at closer to the playfield around the cabinet and a few mods that I've already written down and what I'm thinking of doing. But I'm really going to get inside, turn it on again, and then see it being played a bit. And we'll get right to it. So in just a moment, I'm going to pick you up and we'll go around the cabinet and check it out. All right, so I've just taken off the back glass and the transit looks pretty good. I know like up there, it's not perfect, but it's a good representation of it. What I'm thinking of doing is going on CPR's website once I do the mods, and I'll put in the description. And I want to get the mirrored back glass. They make a mirrored one of Dracula. It looks kind of cool. I have it for my Swords of Fury, which looks amazing. So I'm gonna be buying the CPR mirrored back glass for Dracula, which is amazing. If you guys want to check it out, you'll see it in the videos to come. So that's what I plan for that. And let's hit up the back box. So let's take the speaker panel off. Okay. And then also the back. So once we take it off, we can tell that, like I said at the very beginning, that this has been modded for stereo sound. So Chris is telling me that this is now stereo, is my understanding. There's also pin sound. Here's the back box. So it shows that there's still some incandescence for the flashers, which is interesting. And also seems to be one, I don't know how many SMDs that is. It seems to be an early run. No, those are one SMD. So it shows that there's a mixture of older LED lights and newer and also incandescent. So that eventually I'll change to LEDs, but I'm gonna wait because apparently the CPR back glass are darker, so you need more of a vibrant and brighter light, which is fine because again we can get the LEDs. And then even here, oh cool, I never just noticed that. This will, I assume then, flash Love Never Dies, which is cool, so that I would be replacing. Okay, so let's open this. Again, first time doing it, so I'm a bit curious myself. Okay. That's interesting. Batteries, oh fuck, what year are we in? That's interesting. That's actually kind of cool. 2016, what are we in? 2021? That's 5 years. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's one. Dracula Matrix seems to be a photocopy. Yeah, it's not original. Not a big deal. Wiring looks to be in check. Knock recoil works. I've already played around with it. Everything looks good there. The pin sound, where the hell would that be? Oh, here, look at it. Yeah, so pin sound, you can tell it's evident. That's a look at the blackboard. Apparently it's beautiful. I'm gonna actually turn the volume up because the volume's not loud for me, and I'm crazy and I like to rock it loud, especially in the apartment, which I'm sure my neighbors, anyways. So now that I just saw that, because my wife's like, why is it so quiet? I'm like, uh-oh, I don't know. Because the pin sound, it's cool. If you dial it down to 0, it will play the original soundtrack. And then if I go like above, then it'll actually switch to the pin sound version, which is beautifully done. But I love the nostalgia. And when I get to my memories video in part 4, I'll explain why I like that so much and why I have so much a nostalgic feeling for the old soundtrack, as cheesy and 90s as it is. There are the batteries. They've been marked, what does that say? August 19. So is that 2019? I'm going to message Chris and ask him. Eventually, I want to replace that with the button cell. I know Todd at TNT and Frank have they've created, well, Frank's design, I assume, he's created a button cell version, which I already have, but I have yet to install yet until I move, which is who the hell knows. But the board looks pretty clean. A couple of check marks here. Apparently the old owner would write down his initials on everything, so if he ever got the game back, it's almost like, you know, pencils when we were kids. He would say like Steve A, or my last name was long as hell, so it would never fit. But the back box looks good. What I'm also going to do is I have already 100% committed, not only on the back glass through CPR through the mirrored, but I'm also going to get the color DMD for this. And every game I get will have a color DMD. Now, whether it's going to be the official color DMD or is it going to be the pin to DMD, I'm not sure. But the only thing is you have to replace this plastic, like this speaker panel, with a clear one, because this is red. Obviously, you can see it. So it's like $100. You have to get another one. And then I also want to put like crosses or bats, which I've seen. I'm going to do a bit of research and see what looks best. And I'm going to, again, I want to light up the speakers red as well, and also color DMD. So that's kind of what I have going on for here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the pin sounds yet, even though I do love it, and I think the people that made it are absolutely ingenious. I don't know if I can, do I sell it? Do I recoup a few bucks from it and then pay for the other mods? Do I take it out and leave it for another game that I want to use it? Do I play around with it? Apparently, I like tinkering with things like that. And Chris was like, you know what, you may have a fun time tinkering with it. You can like call out saying top tier. I mean, it's annoying and lame, but you can in evidence. You know, you just need a WAV file. But okay, so that's my game plan for the back. Battery, button cell, eventually. Either replace pin sound or leave it in as is. Get speaker decals, you know, a bat or a cross, light them up as well, and then replace the DMD with a color DMD, and then also replace the panel to be clear. And obviously here will be eventually LEDs and things like that. So I'm going to button this up. I'm going to take the glass off, and next we're going to look under the playfield. Okay, so I've just lifted the playfield, and here's what it looks like under the hood per se. CPV, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the guy that had it before. Like I said at the beginning, he would tag his machines. What are these alligator clips for? There must be some sort of lighting instead of being soldered in. There is interesting. There is a few little labels and dirt back there. Not a big deal. Again, once I start to do the restore, not restore, I mean the game's beautiful, but when I start to upgrade it, and mod it, I'm sure I'm gonna go in there and clean that. Again, this is looks to be a photocopy, but to be honest, those staples look, I don't know. I thought they used a different material, not just like regular 8x11 paper. There's the sub, there's the transformer. There's the, yeah, well, I have a cash bucket for it, so I'm going to be putting that in as well. Chris has the manual. He actually has two of them that he said, Steve, I'll give you. He's just doing things at his place, and he's, it's kind of hectic there, so he's going to find it. Again, I'm just looking at what I'm going to be doing one day to, tighten it up. I'm sure that what I'll do is just get like a nice black paint, and I'll do that. I'll probably just clean that. That looks to be good. The stickers are $2. I might get another sticker that says install 4 balls, like a little nicer. We'll see. Oh. What else? It's good that there's this panels here. I'm thinking of getting the Pinovator sound, the one that you can add headphones. That probably will happen. And this... I'm going to check in a second because this is quarters and a dollar. So obviously I'm Canadian and it's a loonie, which is our dollar coin. And I would maybe want to have it... maybe I would leave it. Maybe I'd leave it. I don't know. we'll see if that even takes loonies to begin with. I'm gonna have to check the mech. Okay, so that's under the playfield and under the like in the cabinet. So nothing really to see. It's actually very clean. Again, one day I'll wipe it and whatever. I've learned a lot of skills from the play ball pickup, so I'm gonna use those and clean. Now, do I see? I bet you it is. Do you see that? I bet you that's asbestos paint. Something tells me that is, because it looks like it must be, because they're 4 bolts. A transformer, the isolation transformer, must have gone there, and that white paint looks to be come on, even on the fucking CPV. Anyways, that looks to be asbestos paint. Interesting. Now, when I clean that, I'll just make sure I use a damp cloth and I don't really agitate it. So interesting. I'm going to message Chris about that. I'm sure he knows, but that's where the isolation transformer used to be. If you want an understanding what that is, go in my play ball video, part 1, the restore, and you'll get an explanation and actually see asbestos with an isolation transformer. It was an Ontario thing, our province in Canada. Now, I'm gonna put down the playfield, and we're gonna inspect now the playfield itself. Okay, so I've just put the playfield down, and let's check out the playfield itself. So obviously there's the scoring cards. Now, I know this is the craziest thing. I actually like the old stock ones. I'm a little crazy like that. It's something that, I don't know, just because, owning something that was in a business, it feels a little more vendorish. I don't know, just I like it more. So I'll probably replace those and laminate like I do in my other games. Apron, everything looks to be nice. There's the bubble already, which I was going to get, which is good. These are the reproduction plastics that we're supposed to be in the game. Yeah, it kind of does block where the ball is here, but again, not really. And that's really what it would have been, just regular, just that one. So I was going to get these, so beautiful, they're there. Lightning flippers, which is proper to the game. Looking at the playfield, it is a bit dirty. I'm going to just get my microfiber and just do a quick clean about any small little ball trails or any runoff of the plastics. But as you can see, it doesn't get much better than this, and this is original. All plastics, all buildings, all everything looks really good. Again, I'll get in there. Now, I'm new to the game. If I'm missing something or whatever, and leave in the comments, that'd be wonderful. One thing I was a bit concerned about when I got this game, was always a point of contention, was when you launch the ball, it lands right there. And other than just the slightest little indication that's where it is, I'm going to put a piece of Mylar there for future use, so it doesn't, wind down, because I've seen a lot of BSDs that have been either routed or in people's collections where that whole part right there is fucked. Like, it looks like it's caved in, the paint's missing, whatever, so I'm lucky there. Now, as you can see, this is not the original coffin mod. Our buddy Brock, who's actually in our group of buddies here, he did this. Now, Brock did such a beautiful job on this. Like, it is the absolute, such a beautiful, beautiful job molding this. Now, here's the crazy thing. I know. Because the game is 90s, and because the game is cheesy, and because the game has, it's that vibe, 90% of me will actually put back the original, the Dracula that looks like Ron Jeremy that I have in my parts somewhere there that I showed you in the video 1. So I think what I will do is put back the Ron Jeremy. Number 1, it's a smaller mod, and but this, it's hard to not love this because it's so beautiful. But I don't know why. Kind of just like the original one. It has like a little more lighting here. I'm gonna see. I'll see. I mean, I have both. Maybe I'll sell this. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. But I like, as you can see, the playfield is magnificent. Other than me putting, like I said, a little mylar, just a strip right there, like a circle one or an oval one. We're good. Obviously, I'm gonna just wipe it down, whatever. But it really doesn't need that much. I mean, obviously, the posts, are a little dirty and they have a little of that, and that's easy. But overall, it's an absolutely beautiful game. And that's a good segue. I'm going to go right around and take you live. And so again, not much of a, it's not going to be a restore. It's just going to be more of a bit of an update. There's black leg protectors. I do want red, so I'm going to get red. Okay, let me go, and then, well, let's start with the front. So the front looks to be, I just have to wipe it down. It's just dirty, but I'll do that a little bit later on. The only indication of this was ever routed was, you can see there is a bar that went across, and then you can see the 2 bolts, and then here's where the lock would be. The person that did the touch-ups is probably a little even worse than I am at this. Not the greatest, but to be honest, I might come with later on and touch it up. But then again, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it. And I'll see. That's not a big deal, but that's like the worst of it. But the actual cabinet, shit, man, and then I have my light on, is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I have to, again, still wipe it down, but no, these are notorious for cabinet fade. Absolutely notorious for it. And there's nothing. I mean, other than a little scrapes here and there, and a little like smidges and all that, nothing. The back looks great. Thinking of getting maybe a topper. I'm not too sure yet. Now I'm gonna squeeze in here. I have it in place, and I'm a bit lazy to move it. And I know that's a shitty thing to me to do, but it's the same. It just, if there was like significant wear, I would show you, but it's the same. There's no wear. There's no fade. And then that's really the cabinet there, and it looks, as you can even tell, look at it, it's beautiful. Just have to wipe it down. So cabinet's great. What else? Topper I might get. I'm not sure which one. I'll see. Again, that's just a couple $100, I guess. I don't know yet. I do want to light the buttons. So I want to light the buttons for sure. These are the mods. Light the buttons, get a acrylic or metal, whatever. I think it's a cross I've seen. That's kind of cool with the red speaker. I have to change this plastic. And you know what? It's kind of run down anyways, which is great. A little, but anyways, the clear one, and then get the color DMD, and then change out the LEDs. So I'm going to have a few parts of restoring I'm going to do. Again, I say restoring like it's a bad thing. I'm like more of an updating. I just call it a restore for continuity with all my other videos. Oh, Chris also has the inner art blades, which then fits this kind of bluish color scheme. So I have that. So there's going to be probably 2 to 4 quote restore vids coming out later, though. I'm gonna do my 5-part series first, and that's the game. There's really nothing else. Legs are beautiful, everything's beautiful. Now I've turned up the sound. Let me turn this. I've turned up the sound with pin sound in it, because it was very low before. Oh god, what have I done? It's so loud and beautiful. I fucking love it. I love it. I love how it's loud. I love how it's annoying. I love how it's cheesy. I love the call-outs. I love the pop bumper. I love that whole thing. Okay, hear how loud that was? Look at where I am I'm only at a 7. And again, you can really crank this. And watch.
Do you believe in destiny?
Yeah, so when I launch it, obviously the glass is off, so it's going to be super loud anyways. Yeah, so it's very, very loud, which I love. But anyways, so that's the cabinet. That's in and out. let me set you up and say my goodbyes and what else is coming up. Well, everyone, there you have it. That was part 2 of the Bram Stoker's Dracula series, and this was the cabinet. What do you guys think? It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Again, there's so many little things I want to do to it that shouldn't be very difficult at all. That's going to make it pop. It's coming. Things are already in play while we talk behind the scenes. Now, some of you that may know the game and the history of it with a cabinet fade, you might be asking me, yeah, but Steve, with all this sun-drenched apartment, are you going to screw it up? I thought of it way before, believe me. So I have this thick Snuggie thing, and then I drape it over there so it covers all the artwork. And then I put this and I cover the head, so there's absolutely no light on the front, side, or back box, or even the writing on this that is affected at all. So 100% it's going to be covered. It's far enough from the window because now it's getting a little cool. We're in now October, so I don't open the window too much, so it won't really change the cabinet or the wood or anything. And it's it's a warm apartment, so we're good on that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you need anything, please let me know. I'll try my best to help. Any advice, anything that you want to put in the comments is more than welcome. Any critique, anything, I always welcome it. And it's been a pleasure. Subscribe, I have more coming out. Next video of this series will be part 3, and it's the game review. We're going to be going through some history of the game, some rules, some interesting facts and whatnot. And I'm looking forward to it myself. All the best, and I do thank you for checking out Top Tier. Peace.